For a lot of these Klan members, these neo-Nazis, these supremacists, for a lot of these people, they are drawn in to these groups when they feel, because it's like a gang, just like a gang. When they feel socially, economically, sexually, or culturally powerless, they looking for some kind of love. They're looking for something to make them feel like something. They're looking for something to make them feel good, like Halle Berry said, "Make me feel good." They're looking for something to make them feel good, right? And just like a gang, white supremacy offers them an identity. It offers them a feeling of being included economically, a feeling of being included socially, a feeling of being included in some kind of sexual manners or cultural. It gives them a feeling of power. Now I have access to power. Now I'm a part of power. So it's just like a conversation I heard the other day when black people are like, they don't understand how poor white people continue to vote against their interest. And I keep trying to tell them, that's because you don't know what their damn interest is. Because you think their interest is the same as yours. No, their problems are the same as yours, but their interest is not the same as yours. Because if their interest was the same as yours, they wouldn't vote against it. Their problems are the same as yours. It's like, we may be poor, we may be angry, we both may be lonely, we both may be unsuccessful, but you're not white, I am. And because I'm white, I have access to power, and you don't. So I'm not voting against my interest. I'm voting in my interest, but I'm voting against my needs. My interest and my needs are two different things. Yes, they're poor. Yes, they're living in bad areas and areas that ain't the best for them. But guess what? Guess what? Their interest is maintaining the system of white supremacy. That's their interest. Their interest and their needs are two different things. It says many times they are forced into it, prison too. So what happens if one of us here decides to step up for the vacancy of black leadership? Well, you already know. I think a lot of us have stepped up for the vacancy of black leadership, but I think we need to reimagine. Like, honestly, in my opinion, before that person do that, don't just step up in that. Let's get some kind of codification going. Let's get some kind of strategy going. Let's get some kind of something different going in here. I think whatever the leadership structure that we have should come out of our code of conduct that we would have for ourselves. We can't have leadership without a code of conduct. And whoever these people are, or that individual who comes in this said leadership position, it will be a person who, if something happens to them, or the structure of the organization, the structure of everything else is in a way to where if something happens to that person, the movement or whatever we pursuing can still happen. Because if we go about it the same way and no structure, no code, old school leadership way, when that leader is taken out, things go haywire. So if there's no structure, no code, no foundation to it, I don't think we should just throw that person out there like that. I do think we need to learn from 1960 tactics, but not use them. So, one of the things too is their strategies in their recruiting of the white supremacists and making sure that they can have a hold on their mindset is making sure that they have it's funny. They blame us for having a victimized mentality, but they themselves have a victim mentality. White supremacists are the ultimate victims. So they blame black people. They blame all non-black people for their shortcomings in life. Remember what I just said earlier. Now, their problems and their interests are two different things. So they blame black people, all non-white people for their problems, but that don't tap into their interest. So it's not necessarily the structure of white supremacy, even that, because you got hierarchy. I'm always talking about real white people versus the lower level white people, and there will always be lower level white people. There will always be rich and poor. White people was doing that to each other before the system of white supremacy became what it is, before racism became what it is, right? They've been doing that what it is. So basically they're scapegoating. All of their problems are because of black people. That's why they have the replacement theory. That's why they have to protect the system of white supremacy, because we are the source of all of their problems. If y'all didn't let those uppity Negroes come out here and do this, y'all keep bringing them Negroes in, y'all keep educating them Negroes, all these things. A confident, educated black person is their problem. It's dangerous to them. He said, can you look at the difference between mechanical and organic solidarity so people understand what we're looking at? Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me look that up real quick. What is the difference between mechanical and organic? What is the difference between, oh, come on, man. All right, what is the difference between mechanical and organic solidarity? Okay, so mechanical and organic solidarity are two types of social cohesion described by the sociologist Emil Durkheim. Mechanical solidarity found in traditional small-scale societies. People are connected because they are similar. Same work, same beliefs, same traditions, and same values. There's a strong collective conscience, i.e. a shared way of thinking. There's a collective social order that is maintained through strict rules and punishment. So an example is a rural farming village where most people do the same type of work and follow the same customs. Organic, so that is mechanical solidarity. Organic solidarity is found in modern and industrial societies. People are connected because they are different but independent. I like it. See, battle against it, that's why we mess with you. Society has a high division of labor. Doctors, teachers, engineers, farmers, etc. Individuals rely on one another to meet their needs. Laws focus more on restoring relationships than punishing. An example, a modern society where people have specialized jobs and depend on many others for services and goods. The main difference is the mechanical society is unity through similarity, and the organic society is unity through interdependence. So quick comparison. So mechanical society is traditional, organic is modern. Mechanical is based in similarity, organic is based in speculation and specialization, excuse me. Mechanical is strong shared beliefs, organic is greater individualism. Mechanical is little division of labor, organic is high division of labor. Mechanical is punitive laws, organic is restitutive or cooperative laws. Okay, I appreciate that. So do you think that we should have a mixture of both of these societies as far as something we build for ourselves, battle against? And you say white people move in the mechanical we grow organically. So, all right. So, gotcha. So, you're saying white people are more mechanical and we're more organic. All right. Gotcha. White people are the mechanical solidarity. Black people are the organic solidarity. Child of God says Europeans were colonized by Huns and Mongols. Their rulers created white to make the indigenous conquered Europeans feel like they were the same. Hey man, I appreciate that. Hey man, you need to put instructor by your name too, my brother. Put instructor by your name too. All right. So, hate groups, kind of like gangs, they offer community as well, right? Some recruits are not first attracted by ideology, but belonging, masculinity, ritual, brotherhood, discipline, identity. So the mechanical stuff. I appreciate that. So they brought in through the mechanical stuff, the mechanical societies, gangs, these white hate groups, they are mechanical societies. Their moral inversion is they convince themselves that they are the victims. Once again, like I said earlier, they are the true victims. That's why they're always walking around talking about black people are victims. They're projecting. Think about how many times you see white folk on these platforms talk about the victim mentality of black people. Everybody's always going around saying black people are the biggest victims on the planet. The biggest victims on the planet. But this is like the whole system of white supremacy is based on victim mentality. Now, or one of the refinement tactics is based off the victim mentality. Once again, they convince themselves they are the victims. They see their hatred as defense, as their violence, as their resistance, and as their racism, as their truth, because they are defending theirs. They're defending their land. They're defending their ideology. They're defending what they're built. They're defending their America. They're defending their America. The projection. So next time y'all hear white people talking about black people being biggest victims, y'all remind them about their culture of victimhood. And they also have a conspiracy addiction. They have a conspiracy addiction, right? Neo-Nazi ideology especially depends on conspiracy. They think that the small hats secretly control the media. Well, we all think that they secretly control the media, banks, immigration, civil rights, feminism, LGBTQ movements, and the government. This makes facts almost useless because every contradiction becomes a part of the plot. But that's a part of the indoctrination that they will have for somebody coming into any of these groups. You have to fully indoctrinate them mentally on all levels to make sure that they buy in totally. The same way you can get people to go to follow Jim Jones down and where they went and to drink the Kool-Aid. The same way you can get people to follow Nature Boy down in South America. Ideology. Conspiracy addiction. In the future, AI and non-white people will be running and operating America, and white folks will be sitting home building wealth. Oh, hey. Haven't they been learning how to do that since they brought us here? Big money for life. Big money for life. I like you, my brother. We cool, my brother. Ain't that what they've been doing since they brought us here? Ain't that what they brought us here to do? Yeah. Continue being their labor so they can continue making money off of us. Yeah. So they can continue making money off of us. It's a mechanical effort versus we have an organic effort. This is why they keep promoting organic grassroots organizations. That is code for keep them disorganized. Gotcha. Mark says, no one hates you. I have as many black friends as I do white. One of my best friends is black. I hope you guys figure it out. Most of us are good. Always will always be a couple of jackasses out there. Well, if you got to start your sentence with I have black friends, then Mark, I don't know what side of the world you've been on, Mark, but if you have to justify your non-racist, but if you have to say, I'm not racist, but I have a couple black, I don't have to go around telling people that I have white friends. I don't have to do that, Mark. I don't have to tell people as a pro-black person in America, as a pro-black person, I don't have to tell people I have white friends. I've never had to prove that I wasn't racist by saying how many white friends I have. So yeah. So I just want to, I'm sending this message through you, Mark, and to other white people. If you want to prove to us that you're not racist, prove it through your actions. Prove it through your actions. Prove it to us by being an asset to the black community and taking the actual stance against the system of white supremacy. But stop telling us how many black friends you have, because that means your ass don't have no black friends. That's exactly what that means. When you come, I have 2 black friends. Your ass ain't got no black friends. Come on, stop it. You came to and if you came over here with foolishness, you came to the right place, because I was born in the foolishness. You might have adopted it, but I was born in the foolishness, my brother. So once again, that is whatever whatever you had on your heart and your mind, in that you missed the mark. I have never had to tell people about the white people I have in my life. So yeah. The greatest state building achievement of Foundation of Blacks was the True Wings Party of Liberia. African Americans being an elite of 102 years versus Obama for 8. Let me read that again. The greatest state building achievement of Foundation of Blacks was the True Wings Party of Liberia. African Americans being an elite of 102 years. I'm confused. Help me understand, Nicholas B. Help me understand what do you mean by that? You're saying the greatest state building achievement of foundational blacks was the True Wings Party of Liberia. African Americans being an elite of 102 years. Help me understand. I'm confused on that. I'm confused. Break that down to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Break that down to me like I got a 6th grade education, please. I don't understand. I'm a little lost on what you're saying. The idea of you is dead without the solidarity of key imagination, battery starter, fuel pump, back. Hey man, yeah. It takes the whole. It takes the whole. Their motives. So looking at motives of the white supremacists, right? Before we start to wrap this thing up, the motives of the white supremacists, right? The maintenance of power. The initial motive of the white supremacists is the maintenance of power and to gain more power. Remember when we watch these movies about these world conquerors and all these people who want to rule the world? Well, that hasn't changed. It just evolved. Instead of an individual ruling the world, countries want to rule the world. There's also revenge, anger over a perceived humiliation of whiteness. White people perceive themselves as being humiliated. I guess every time they take some kind of minor whooping from black people, they take it to heart or whatever. I don't know. Recruitment, using propaganda to bring in alienated young men. So all those young white men who got issues, who got problems, they recruit them. Same way the black gangs recruit the young black men. And intimidation, making black, Jews, immigrants, Muslims, all other groups feel unsafe in America. Also political influence, pushing ideas into mainstream debates without always wearing the uniform. They took the uniform, they took the hoods off, and they're wearing everyday clothes now. It says, Battle Genja says, Liberia is a reservation created by whites for Negroes that wanted to leave the mainland, and look at it now. Well, what's the constructive result of that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm confused. I'm confused. African Americans was given a choice to leave slavery and start a state in Africa. They did and ruled for 100, and they ruled. So what happened? What happened to their ruling? Why are they not ruling no more? And remember, like, white supremacy was alive and well in Africa at that time. So we wouldn't, like you're saying, we was gonna go to Liberia and escape white supremacy. Because if we was going to Liberia to escape white supremacy, well, what happened in 1980? So what would our fate be now? Assassination in African Americans in the U.S. Assassination in African Americans in the U.S. did not help. Thank you, my brother Robert. Thank you. I'm confused, man. I'm confused because if how was going to Liberia going to free us? Are the Liberians free today? And how was Black Americans going to Liberia going to free us? So if all Black America got up and went to Liberia, what was going to happen? And what's happened to Liberia? Why isn't Liberia still independent now? The one thing you'll never hear from white folks is, I'm not racist. I support reparations. I'm always not racist. I have Black friends. Hey, you always gonna hear that big money. Big money, you always gonna hear that. That's how you know they're full of it, man. That's how you know they're full of it. Look, I'm from the South. I'm from a part of the South where white folk don't mind being racist in your face. I live in Tallahassee, Florida. Growing up, I used to watch, we used to be coming from the grocery store and we passed by the state capitol and the Ku Klux Klan are out there protesting and marching. Like I have literally saw the Ku Klux Klan up close and personal in my life multiple times. We've seen it so much, we pass by it and it's not even a thing anymore. Like, oh, they out there marching again. So I know I've seen like this stuff like really in our face. Like these folk be full of it, right? But I've also had interactions and I've had great white folk in my life. I've had some great white people in my life who've been great assets to me and my community in my life. And I tell them all the time. But I don't have to go around saying, hey, that white person is my friend. Just so people don't think I'm racist. Yeah, so he tried it. All of us ain't racist. I got 2 Black friends, Thomas and Taquarius. I bet you one of his friends named Jamal. Said, ruled under what white monarch? LL, where's their military that has the capability or capacity to influence any area? I'm just saying, man, we got a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions we got to get to. Right? So we got to remember this too. You said I state facts. An elite of African Americans, in fact, ran the government of Liberia. The dominant political force. It became elite dominated, much like the KKK and neo-Nazis you speak of, but all Black. Oh, okay. So Liberia is so what happened? So Black folk imploded in Liberia, what you're saying. So Black folk left America to get away from white supremacy and then went over to Liberia and it imploded. I'm just saying. So the elites, the best of the black folk left America, went to Liberia, and it all imploded on the black folk took that nigga shit over there. What you saying? So black folk took that nigga shit to Liberia and niggerized Liberia, and now because Liberia ain't no kind of power, no kind of force, no kind of nothing for the Liberians over there. So I'm just trying to, you saying you state facts. So you were saying that the Liberians, the best of the black Americans took nigga shit to Liberia. Is that, in summary, is that what you saying? They took nigga shit to Liberia and fucked it up. And now Liberia is not even a thought in anybody's mind as any type of country with any type of power. I'm just trying to make sure we're trying to get on the same page. And remember, we welcome all type of disagreement. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. They became the elite and kept control through nepotism. So what happened to so why didn't Liberia become better than what it is now? Is it because of the Negro stuff? They kept control of Liberia through nepotism. Okay. So what's the rest of the story? Educate us. Like I say, talk to me like I'm 5. Talk to me like I'm 5. I'm not an expert on the history of Liberia, so talk to me like I'm 5. And as you say what you say, I'm gonna just repeat it back to you and see if it makes sense. But let's remember this. This white supremacy, these groups, that's not the biggest danger. That's not the biggest threat, as we know, because it has refined itself over the years, right? Because we're talking about an ecosystem of white supremacy, a religion of white supremacy, a culture of white supremacy, ideologies, how we really get down. The Klan's uniform, as far as the robe and the hood, it's the old uniform. Neo-Nazism is one branch. White nationalism is the polished language. Replacement theory is the recruitment script. Anti-blackness is the foundation. Anti-Semitism is the conspiracy engine, and anti-immigrant fear is the political fuel. Once again, the Klan is the old uniform. Neo-Nazism is one branch. White nationalism is the polished language. Replacement theory is the recruitment script. Anti-blackness is the foundation. Anti-Semitism is the conspiracy engine. Anti-immigrant fear is the political fuel.